Please, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup Misfit. So I'm filming a video for you guys today because I kind of like the way that I look. I love this new sweater that I got for Halloween. I wore it to work today. I will be wearing it to work later tonight because I do have to leave soon, so I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm not going to change because I wanted to sit down and film this video for you. I came up with this idea about a few days ago or so. I've been watching a lot of, the eyeshadow palette collection and declutter videos, and I was watching one. She had opened up the palette. She said that the color story was beautiful. I didn't really dive with it, but that's fine. And I was just looking at the actual packaging on some of the palettes that she had, and there was this Ulta Beauty one. And I'm not a big fan of I love simplistic, the Natasha Denona retro palette that's over there. It's very simple, clean cut, classic. I like it a lot. I also love the crazy cool, intricate packaging sometimes. I'm definitely on both ends. So there's just something about the extremely simply basic plus cardboard packaging. I like cardboard packaging as well, don't get me wrong, but there's, you know what I mean. Sometimes there's just those brands, sometimes Sephora, they just don't put a lot of thought into their packaging, and that's what I don't like. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, what palettes in my collection do I have where I don't really like the packaging? So I decided to go through my eyeshadow palettes and take a look, and there really wasn't anything that I didn't like per se, but I definitely have a few that are just not my favorite. So I have those sitting in front of me right now. I'm going to talk a little bit about them and just why they're not really my favorite type of packaging, whatever the reasoning might be. I do have a couple comparisons to show you, what I would have hoped that it could have been like, or what I would have liked it to be. I do have 5, technically 6 palettes, but 2 of them kind of go hand in hand. So you'll see when I got there, I'll show you both of them at the same time, but I was like, might as well show them both because they're both kind of the same. So we are just going to get right into it. So the very first palette I want to talk about, again, I'm prefacing this, it's not that I don't like the packaging. These are just my least favorite out of my collection. So the Sigma Spicy palette, we know that they came out with a bunch of these with the plastic middle part, so you can see the inside of the palette. I appreciate that you can see the shades in the palette. I hate that it's the plastic. Now, I love, the black actual border around it. I love that it has the brand name up top, the name of the palette on the bottom. I do like that it's cardboard. I don't mind that at all. We're not going to talk about the back of the packaging, but I do like this one. My gripe with this is the plastic. I don't like it. It reminds me of some drugstore palettes. One in particular is from Physicians Formula. I don't remember the name of the palette. I don't think they have it anymore, but it was a rosy tone, and the center was just very flimsy plastic. I remember seeing it at Shoppers, and I was like, this is a little too thin. I believe it was Emily Noel did a review on it as well, and she had said the same thing, and when I had seen it, I completely agreed. I was like, it's just, you feel like something's gonna pierce it and your eyeshadows are gonna be ruined. So this one's definitely thicker than that, but I don't like that it's just not flush with this border, you know what I mean? It's just that really thin-ish, I don't know, I don't like that. What I do like is something like this. You can definitely still see all of the eyeshadows. It's harder acrylic. There's nothing that's going to break. Something can sit on top of it, and I don't have to worry about something piercing through and ruining the eyeshadows. And I do actually have a drugstore version of something too, which is the Maybelline Nudes of New York. And this actually it's much thinner, but it does have a little border around it. They could have done something like that where it's just flat all the way across. It's harder. It's more acrylic. I don't know if keeping cardboard with an acrylic middle would have done any different. I do like that it's, cardboard and magnetic. I don't mind that at all. But there's just something about this centerpiece being lower than the actual border of the packaging. Again, I'm getting nitpicky here, but at the same time, this is also kind of why it's one of my least favorite. This is in no order. I just have them in a pile because there's smaller palettes that are sitting on top. So I'm not going in any specific order by any means, but this is just one of my least favorite packaging for that specific reason. But again, I love the black border. I do like a lot about it. It's just that plastic just kind of driving me nuts. So that's the first one. The next palette, I do like this as well. This is the Viseart Violet Étendue palette. I think my only issue-ish with this is that it's like completely purple. Yes, that's what the palette is. The palette is 100% just a purple palette. I always keep these things on there. So does it match? Yes, absolutely. But do I think it should have had maybe a little bit of green in here or something just to make it pop a little bit more? Yes, I think it should have been something that wasn't completely purple. Even the eyeshadows, there is a little bit, like they're purple toned, but they are more like brown neutral shades. We got not very much, if any of that in this packaging. So I think something to kind of off balance the purple, make it stand out a little bit more, I think would have been a little more eye catching, and I would have appreciated that just a little bit more than everything being 100 different shades of purple. Now, another one that I don't mind, but I'm kind of iffy on it is the Corda Rosa palette. I love that it's like this peachy, rosy kind of packaging. And the gold, I love the combination of like pink and gold together, but you can barely see it. And I hate that Corda Rosa is in white because you can't read it at all. If I didn't know what this palette was just by looking at it, I mean, I wouldn't like that at all. I don't mind that it's kind of like reflective where the gold is. I think that is pretty. But I think something to make it stand out a little bit more, maybe if the roses were in black and not gold and then you had gold fonts, I think I would have liked that maybe a little bit more. Don't mind this. Mine has been faded because of where I used to keep my eyeshadows. So the sun came through the window and faded a lot, a few of the tops of my palettes, but yeah, this one's just, it's okay. I mean, there's nothing special about it that I think. I don't not like it, but it's definitely like low on the list when it comes to the ones that I actually like. Okay, we are going to chat about this one first. This is the Urban Decay Naked Honey, and it's just the wave in the back. If it was just flat, solid, all the way across, maybe it's a texture thing with me. I don't know. I love that it has like, you know, the Naked, the Urban Decay, I even like the font of the honey. Like it's nothing like that. Maybe if that was in black and the gold background, even if it was wavy, maybe if the font stood out and it was black, I would have liked it a little bit more, but it just blends so much together. Again, similar to this, you can't really read it. You look at it, you know exactly what palette it is, but there's just nothing that stands out about it except for like this wave design in the back. I do still think it's pretty. I love the tone of the gold that they chose. Like I do like it, but I think something needed to be different. And even if it was like, I don't know, something along with the font and black, I think that would have just kind of upped it just a little bit more, and I would have enjoyed the aesthetic of this palette. I think they just kind of missed the mark ever so slightly on that one. Okay, we are down to our last two palettes, and these two are like, it's the eyes, you guys. I was like, I don't know what it is, but it's just, I don't really like seeing the eyes on packaging. Now, before I get into this, you're gonna be like, oh, but don't you have another palette that has eyes on that? Why aren't you showing that? And I do, the Mercury Retrograde. Is it my absolute favorite? No, but I like that there's more to it. Like it's shifty, you know, there's more colors in there. I hate that her eyes are on the packaging, but at least this is giving more dimension. It's giving a little something. It's making it fun. It's definitely more, like you can see right there, all of the rainbow, the Mercury Retrograde, like with the color story, it matches and it works really well. Obviously, like this does too color story wise, and it does have like, I don't know, nude kind of like going over her eyes. But for a while, I actually held on to the carton that this comes in because I liked that better than this actual packaging. And I just finally got rid of it because I don't keep any of those cartons, and it was getting annoying having to take it out and put it in whenever I needed to. Not that I've actually used this palette yet, but for videos and stuff like that, if I ever needed to use it or show it, I would always be taking it out, and I just don't like doing that. But I liked the outer carton better than the actual packaging. There's just something about her eyes, anybody's eyes being on the packaging, that kind of drives me nuts. The only reason why this isn't down here is because I really like all of this that you can see, the reflectiveness, the colors. They actually made something with it, but the eyes drive me nuts. And then these are just like the whole palette. Like you've got Life's a Drag, really, really small compared to the size of the eyes. At least this kind of takes over and, you know, blocks it out a little bit. This is just straight up eyes. And I'm not a fan. Like it does have, you know, that rainbow reflectiveness too, but I don't think it was the same intention as it was with this one. This one is just a little bit on a higher level than this is, but I'm also wondering if it's, you know, my lighting. But regardless, it's just the eyes are too big, the font is too small. I don't remember, I think it's his face on the updated version of this. This is like the original, so I don't know. I don't really like people's faces on packaging, so I mean, not my thing, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, I think the eyes are really like not just big but dark too, which kind of throws it off. Maybe, you know, really big-ish brows. Like, I don't know, there's just something about it that's just a little bit too dark and too big for me. But I mean, it is what it is. That's what they decided to do, so that's okay. But I just wanted to go through my collection and show you guys what my least favorite packaging is for my palettes. Now, let me know what you guys think below. Do you really like any of these packages? Do you really like any of the packaging on these palettes? What are your least favorite packaging on your eyeshadow palettes in your collection? Let's chat. And if you do like this idea, and my phone cut me off, I ran out of storage again. But as I was saying, if you guys like this idea and you would like for me to do my cheek products, blushes, bronzers, highlighters, and even face palettes, let me know down below and I will take a look through my collection and see what my least favorite packaging is within that category. So let me know down below if you want to see that. I can take a look and see what I can find and come back with a video on that for you guys. But that is it for now. I've got to get going and go to work. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye.